All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime. We're here for round two. It's going to be a Delhi mirror match, as we talked about. So there's going to be some serious fishing boat action going at one another. And we will see how the map spawns out. Who's going to be having the relic advantage? Obviously, relics are very, very important for Delhi because much like the Holy Romans, they can preemptively place their scholars to grab those. So I think that's going to be a pretty big factor as we go into the castle age, like you said.
And also the fight for the two sacred sites. Something I quickly have to mention before we get into the real action. Nice choice of the font in the scoreboard there.
Yeah,
really medieval.
Yeah, I thought so. It's looking all right. I'm usually pretty terrible with these type of things, but today we're trying to step up our game a little bit. So, spawning on the south side of the map, it is going to be VortiX and the Delhi Sultanate. No surprises there. And up in the northwest corner, or more the north pinnacle of the map, it is going to be Hera. Both players going for an immediate villager, not villager, but lumber camp, obviously, to get the forestry and immediately set up those docks.
Well, now we have the first two scouts kissing in the center here, trying to cancel the animation. Seems like both players know how to do that. Still some more damage being dealt by VortiX, but Hera added a second scout.
Yeah, so Hera's going to have the double scout, which will potentially allow him to harry the enemy docks. I think he's going to be there a little bit too late to actually force the villager to cancel there. The dock should get up and fishing boats should come out, and I'm sure the villager will get back to the base. The scout for VortiX heading up to the north and will not be discovering. Do we have a dock coming out yet for Hera? I don't think we see one yet. Okay, it is there in the southwest a little bit. So yeah, it is coming up right now.
Hera played 3 scouts in a Delhi mirror. That's something I've not seen before. You can do that against a lot of civs, but mainly the reason you're doing it is to get damage on the dock, to cancel there, to get some aggression. But obviously that's not a thing you can do against Delhi simply because their fishing ships can shoot your scouts. Yeah,
I mean, maybe there was a window of opportunity for that to work. I'm trying to think what other angles he could be doing with the triple scouts. I mean, maybe if the gold is in a little bit of a precarious... Oh, maybe that's what's going to be going down. So if you're looking at Hera's scouts, they're kind of lurking near that gold node. He at least went to go scout it, so maybe he has some sort of a scheme that he's been kind of planning in the shadows where he wants to harass the gold line and maybe kind of keep his opponent from going feudal? What do you think?
Yeah, something we have not seen too often. Thing is, the moment VortiX sees it, he could just cancel 2 builds, build 2 scouts himself, 3v3 fight, while having more fishing ships at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like a little bit of a shady one. Although maybe we could see a wild Delhi Pro Scouts. I mean, I seriously doubt that. I mean, Pro Scouts is usually never done on these fishing maps, but I don't know. I have seen that on ladder sometimes, like the Delhi Pro Scouts Inception is what I like to call it, where if they're facing off against like Roos, they'll let Roos get all the deer, and then they get like 30 scouts of their own with efficient production and like raid. Have you seen that happen where they then go steal all the deer from the Roos base and bring it back? You've seen that,
Yeah, I've seen that, and people actually are starting, like, if both players are going professional scouts, to wall in front of their TC and camp with their scouts in front of the TC to kind of deny that. It's getting wild there, and yeah, we have seen professional scouts in Delhi last week as well, but as you mentioned, not on a hybrid map.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a terribly viable option here. So the forestry upgrade, I don't know, has been started. Let's see. No, Hera has not started the forestry upgrade, so a little bit of a misplay there, and we do actually have it finished already for VortiX. So he's going to be getting a slight little bonus in terms of his lumber income. As far as fishing boats, we do have 4 fishing boats for the blue Delhi on the south side, and only 3 for Hera right now. So I would say overall, a little bit of a lead for VortiX, most likely due to the scout production.
But scouts are getting some value done there. Look at that, villagers being pushed away, now attacking the mining camp, mainly for delaying, and I think VortiX needs to add more scouts. I don't think 2 will be enough. Where's the 3rd scout of Hera? Coming over as well.
Yeah, the 3rd scout's about to be coming out, so it looks like the scout is already out. So I think this is going to be pushed back. I mean, the 3 scouts of VortiX obviously have the home base advantage. They have some villagers that could get their little shanks out if they need to, and looks like the triple scout is going to be forced back right now.
Nice play. And Hera should be up to feudal age a bit earlier, simply because of the gold income, but VortiX should have some more fishing ships. So yeah, pretty much even. Slightly different approaches, but nice reactions by both.
So look at VortiX's... Oh no, what is this fishing boat doing? Just a sacrificial fishing boat was sent in, so one boat...
Scout fight.
Yeah, oh, there's a scout fight as well. There's so much going on here. So yes, the scout duel. 1 scout from both sides will fall. Relatively even exchange. Maybe slightly ahead for VortiX based on the damage. But if you didn't see during that time, Hera accidentally rallied a fishing boat down to VortiX's docks and did lose a fishing boat as well. So Relatively tough situation for him there, and it looks like there are more scouts being poured on.
Let's see. Hera tries to run away. Really good micro here by VortiX. Hera is forced into something. This animation cancel just feels so much better for VortiX. Hera is trying to micro his heart out, but VortiX doing a great job.
Oh, looks like one of the scouts of VortiX is going to be falling here. The other one is now in a 2v1 situation, but it looks like he's going to normalize this. And the wolf might jump in and help, although I don't think wolves actually aggro on top of scouts. It doesn't look like they do. I think it's just like villagers and other units like that, but... For the most part, the scout duel is the pinnacle of combat here in this game. Looking at the fishing boat count, we do have 6 for Hera, and currently we do have 8 for VortiX here on the south side of the map.
So, small advantage there. Now, I think VortiX probably is going to rush out his Dome of Faith with some more villagers. Is going for 5. While Hera actually, is he that delayed in his fuel edge timing?
Yeah, I mean, he's two.
I'm surprised by that.
He's 2 fishing boats behind, you know? It's a pretty substantial food difference. And it looks like it's going to be coming out, and I think he has 3 plus 4. So he's going to have 7 villagers advancing him to the feudal age here. So really looking to try and catch up.
Wow. I think he had too many villagers in the queue. I think he had like 350 food, but 3 villagers in the queue, and might have been waiting for the 400 food there.
Yeah, that's something that I do quite often. So yeah, Dome Face going to be coming out. The Mosque also coming out now. Did we see an earlier Mosque for VortiX? No, we didn't. So both of them essentially getting the Mosque during their transition to the next age, which obviously allows you to get the extra wood because Delhi starts with the extra wood to build it. So you can use that for your fishing, which is another reason why Delhi is very good on these hybrid maps. But looks like efficient production isn't even going to be started. Rather, they're just going to be waiting for Sanctity, which I think is one of the biggest deciding factors. I mean, 200 gold a minute for those sacred sites is insane. And Scout going down here in the middle. VortiX is going to be losing his Scout. Hera finally getting the Scout advantage, it would appear, although he does lose one in the process as well.
But can't you just start efficient production, then cancel it, do a Sanctity, and it transitions the process?
Yeah, so a little bit of a mistake from both players, actually. Neither of them did that. But with Delhi, you can actually save your upgrade progress. So as you're upgrading, you could start on efficient production, get like 20 seconds off it, and then pause it and essentially switch over to Sanctity, which is very important. So looking at the south side, we do see the Sanctity coming in for the blue Delhi champion VortiX. And up in the north, Hera has not started yet. So a little bit slow on the draw on the upgrades, just now getting Forestry. And we have not seen Sanctity coming out for him yet. So that could be a little bit of a problem in terms of sacred control.
Certainly something to look out for later on. Obviously, double the gold income for Delhi there. If they control the sacred side, the one in the center will be really contested. Hera going for some walls with his villager in the center. Does not want to get enemy ships in, but that Dao is certainly getting in.
Oh, is he going to do it? He might be able to speed build the walls, but it looks like no. The Dao is going to get in, and the villager is going to be pushed back, and maybe even will fall. So that's very, very tough. Are we going to be seeing a military ship coming out? Oh, villager just barely lives.
How did unit die? Scout at 7 HP, villager at 3 HP.
Yeah, quite fortunate for sure. First military ship is going to be coming out, so the fact that he failed the wall off does mean that he is going to be investing in his own Dao, so he should be able to force that back, but nonetheless, you know, canceling the wall and kind of messing with your opponent's game plans there, always a good sign. And now, what do you think we're going to be seeing in terms of feudal age military from these two players? Do you think we're going to be seeing some archer play, maybe some horsemen? What are your thoughts on that?
I think the base is so compact that horsemen alone shouldn't really work too much. You need at least like 5 horsemen to really pay off. Castle age upgrades are just so good for Delhi. I actually believe that we will skip most of the feudal age.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's mainly going to be focused here on the water. Maybe we'll see some aggressive towering. And it looks like Castle Age is already available as the 2 Dows of VortiX do push in. Looks like they might be able to snipe a fishing boat. And I think they're going to pull back after that. Or maybe they'll keep pressing. Who knows? Do we have more boats coming out? Yeah, a 3rd Dow is coming out. So really looks like VortiX is going to be going for the feudal river play and trying to push his opponent out of the water.
Obviously, really small investment with all the eco that you already have here. Yeah. I don't really want to see VortiX losing a Dao, though. Found another kill. Has to be happy with that.
Yeah, so far I think he's gotten 2, or I think he got at least 2. There may have been a 3rd one, but I think it was 2 boats in total. And he is going to be having a 3rd Dao coming out. Is Hera going to be producing there as well? Another combat ship? Yes, he is. So he's got his 2nd Dao coming out, which should be able to force back the 3 in conjunction with the healing that you do get from the dock here. Now, are we seeing the Castle Age coming in? So Hera is going Castle Age with the compound of the Defender, which has become meta ever since the most recent patch. And down to the south side, it is going to be compound of the Defender for both players, which I think is a really cool landmark. Potentially being able to build stone walls along the river and then get these stone wall towers with infantry to deny river play, I think could be quite strong for sure.
I agree as well, especially because the other one, or the other landmark, basically is more upgrades that take really long for Delhi right now. And also something that we didn't really mention is that Hera was really late with his additional scholars, while VortiX got to 3 pretty quickly.
Yeah. Right now it looks like he only has 1 scholar here in his landmark. Are they fanning out scholars preemptively to grab relics? Typically at this time, wouldn't you see people like be pulling the 3 scholars as they go Castle Age to really grab those relics?
Would love to see that, Turin, but yeah, not happening right now.
Yeah, it looks like they're being a little bit more conservative with their scholars, kind of keeping them in base. So the compound of the defender is up on the south side as VortiX does reach the Castle Age a little bit ahead of Hera, although it looks like the exact same time, more or less. So yeah, they are tracking pretty close together. I mean, in terms of the score, it looks like it's quite even. Current resources are, of course, actually favoring... Hera's banking quite a bit of food. Look at that. He's got 900 food and 530? No, it looks like he spends it all there. Maybe there's going to be a giant elephant coming out, or lancers, most likely.
Yeah, 5 lancers in the queue for Hera, but only 1 stable. If we look at VortiX, he is going double stable, so production should be better.
Yeah.
Could be some aggression.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we do have the first scholar for VortiX moving on the western side of the map. It looks like he is going to be going for that contested relic just north of the trade site. Is Hera going for relics as well? He is. So looking up on the north side of the map, Hera has grabbed a relic there. And oh, they're going to be racing. We have 2 scholars hustling for that relic. They're actually kind of equidistant, but it looks like VortiX's might get there. And in the middle, we do have the sacred site being taken. No, it looks like he just walked over it. And oh no, this is so close. And it looks like VortiX is going to be getting the relic right from under Hera's clutches, and that's got to hurt pretty bad for sure.
Yeah, and look at that sad scholar now.
He's so sad,
what is he
dude.
doing with his life?
Just rubbing his beard. Yeah, that's some grim stuff right there. So 2 relics coming back to the base of VortiX. At least 1 going back to Hera's
water.
base. Yeah. Oh, we got a Royal Rumble here. Oh, is that a demo ship? Oh no, the demo ship. It got a bunch of fishing boats there and also damaged the dhows. Nasty, nasty damage.
Oh, that was so big. And yeah, now fishing ship count all of a sudden. What do we have here? It looks like 10 for VortiX on the other side. Hera is only sitting at 5.
Yeah, pretty brutal for sure. And something that you pointed out really earlier that was very important is the fact that we do have the double and even triple stable now coming out for VortiX against Hera, who just now got a 2nd stable and is currently building his 3rd. So he's going to be having a much lower Lancer count as well. So I think the Lancers may be able to overwhelm some positions and really cause quite a bit of damage on top of the damage he's already taken in the river.
VortiX, 1 relic, 2 relic, 3rd relic, touchdown. Oh god, that's so much gold income already for him.
Yeah, he's going to be pretty far ahead, and I would imagine based on the Lancer control and the fact that he controls the river, he's probably going to be able to get the sacred sites relatively uncontested if he wants to, because Hera, I think, is going to be forced into more of a defensive position. Granted, Hera does have 4 Lancers. Is he using efficient production? Let's go ahead and check here. Looks like there are no garrison scholars in those buildings, and the Lancers of VortiX have arrived.
Another demo should be hitting here. Only 2 dhows. I don't see that one killing.
Oh god, it hit everything! It hit the 2 dhows because the Lancers in the back of the base, I think, distracted Hera, and then he just got nuked in the river. I mean, I think we could even see a potential GG coming out here soon, as that is some brutal damage. He's completely lost the water, and he's also being harassed in the back of his base. And it looks like sacred sites are going to be taken on the west side of the map on top of all of that.
Hera got a bugler out, but can't afford a 2nd one. Population for Hera is at 60, while we see VortiX at 75. Now tries to go for the counter attack, but Dow's distracting that one. So much going right for VortiX right now.
Yeah, and there's another demo ship just kind of cackling in the river as well. You can see it sitting next to that dock, just kind of waiting there. I'm surprised it hasn't gone in on those 3 fishing boats yet, but maybe it's waiting for the Bagla to come back so it can pop that. But Sacred Site, oh, the Sacred Site, there's actually a duel of fates going on up there, and one of the wolves has joined the sides of Hera, it looks like, or actually no, it's joined VortiX and is taking out, look at that, the wolf up on the Sacred Site. Oh, it sucks.
Yeah. It's like VortiX is part of the alliance.
Yeah, he is.
Wolf,
So we have some Lancer play, obviously, near the base of VortiX. It looks like Hera is trying to get some Lancers for his own counter harass. However, the Lancers of VortiX are right on top of him, and I don't think he's going to be having too much success. And both Sacred Sites most likely going to be taken here by VortiX, which is just going to really snowball his lead even further. And look at that. We have 2 idle demo ships just sitting there. That's how good the game is going for VortiX. He could just sit there and forget about those units and still be in a good position, you know?
Beautiful micro in the center. Hera gets some damage in there, but obviously the production won't stop. 2 more stables being added. VortiX wants to go ham in Castle Age.
Do you think we're going to be seeing any Dumbos coming out? Oh, here comes the demo ships. One demo ship going to be blowing up for sure on those fishing boats, and the second one as well. So yeah, now there's literally 0 fishing boats, and I think Hera, at the very least, will be able to get the sacred site. That's certainly a good start to his potential comeback here if he can get that.
Yeah, and he actually gets both, at least denies those, right? Neutralizes, not a lot of scholars on the way to actually give him the golden come.
Yeah, he does have the
Hera
one.
might be on a timer though.
He does have the one scholar in the middle, so it looks like Hera does have the one scholar on top of the sacred there. So he should be able to capture at least the middle one. I don't think he has a scholar up on the southwestern sacred site. And Hera has got to be switching to a land-based food economy now. So yeah, it looks like he's just finishing wheelbarrow. He's going for berry bushes on both sides. Whereas VortiX is going to be probably quite far ahead in terms of food per minute. Yeah, he's almost doubling, 900 to about 500, give or take. So pretty big lead there. But somehow Hera has been able to muster a pretty decent little legion of Lancers here.
So many like sloppy plays by Hera. No upgrade on the mining camp, no upgrade on the lumber camp. Blacksmith felt late.
Yeah, a lot of little things like that. And, you know, do you think it's the case of... I find that a lot of people play Delhi on hybrid maps, even though they don't play the civilization overall. And maybe that could be something that we're seeing here. Do you think that Hera mainly only plays Delhi on these hybrid maps and maybe doesn't practice them often in general? Or what do you think's going on here?
He has like 900 games in Age of Empires 4. I think he should know how to click some upgrades, even if it's Delhi.
Absolutely. A nice little counter raid in the base. So if we look in the southeast, you can actually see Hera does get in there with a couple Lancers, is able to get 4 or 5 villager kills. That's quite nice. I mean, little plays like that certainly can serve as not only a distraction, but, you know, could potentially get him back in the game here. And we do have the Baglaz fighting another demo ship. And Hera is now aggressing on the fishing. So this could be a comeback for him as the fight is actually taking place near those big Springald boats.
Okay, next explosive dose actually still 18 seconds away, so we'll take some time. I think maybe it's the moment to pull all the fishing ships, the demo, and all the knights or the lancers to get the clear up there on water.
Yeah, I think that would certainly be a good call, just kind of zerging with those fishing boats. The demo ship, it depends on how quickly Hera reacts. He's got 2 of them sitting in the river here. They're not facing the right direction. The demo ship is coming. One of them is going to get a shot off. Is it going to get close enough? It looks like it should. And the demo ship does take down one of the Baglaz there, and the other one takes quite a bit of damage as well. So now it looks like...
big raid in the wood line.
Yeah, big raid in the base in general. Up north here, we do have the Lancers in the back, getting onto the berry bushes, and just brutal. Even if VortiX loses these units, I mean, he has done so much eco damage, and this is Hera's only source of food right now. Ouch. Oof. This is just doing so much. So many villagers going down. I mean, looking at Hera's villager count, he is at 48 economy, and VortiX, of course, sitting at 54. So it's not as big of a difference as you would think, considering how much damage it would appear he has taken, but a bunch of gold villagers going down there as well. Do you think he's going to be able to come back from this?
Oh, it's certainly tricky here. Water also, it's getting cleared up, so good job there. Huh? Look at the home base of VortiX, though. Some misclick happened there with the scholars actually ungarrisoning the relics.
Oh, no, that's... So the thing is, if you guys are in a situation where you have relics on, essentially... inside of one of your mosques, and you rally units from, or your scholars from the Dome of Faith, and give them a rally point onto the said mosque, they're actually going to be grabbing those relics and taking them out, which is very, very annoying. And Hera might be able to get a pushback. We've also have some idle knights. If you look in VortiX's base, he's got 14 Lancers just kind of standing idle. Oh, and the demo ship lure! He got a couple right there. There's some crazy plays here in this game.
What I even managed is to get a scholar with a relic into a mosque without actually dropping the relic.
Oh, that's the most painful thing, because then the entire game you don't know, too. So it's just like, you're like wondering where it went. You're like, oh, this buggy game, all this stuff disappearing. But yeah, just inside the mosque there. But I don't know, Hera might have some sort of a comeback here. I mean, he's taking quite a bit of eco damage, but you know, those relics not being in there is certainly losing a lot of the value that he did accrue early. And now we have a big Royal Rumble in the middle.
Oh, let's see, still running around quite a bit. Not really sure how to micro this one properly. Feels like VortiX running around quite a bit while fighting.
Yeah, and also the upgrades are pretty even. So despite the fact that Hera was a little bit behind on upgrades, it looks like he just now caught up before the next tier of upgrades could kick in for VortiX. So fighting is relatively even there. It looks like we have about 10 knights versus the 5 of Hera. So Hera does lose that fight overall. Do you think they're just going to continue pumping in? And oh, look at the demo ship being parked in the middle of that water to prevent the reinforcements from coming across. That is a great play right there.
Beautiful play.
Oh, here it comes.
Do you go for those 2 lancers, or
I think
do you
you
get more greedy?
I think they're pretty damaged though, so maybe not. Because they cost what? Quite a bit of gold apiece, so it does kind of justify the demo ship. But I think I would wait for the bigger units like that are super healthy. And yeah, fishing's still going for VortiX here. That's gonna definitely be helping them out quite a bit. But it looks like we do now have a battle in Hera's base.
Well, let's take a look. If VortiX was to win this one, feels very likely that he could maybe even finish the game. But Hera making another defense happen. Right now, Sacred Side count 1-0.
Yeah, he's getting the 200 gold per minute. I mean, looking at the income per minute, Hera is actually ahead right now because of that Sacred Site. He's getting, what, 1,100 gold per minute? He does have his relics, I think. He got 2 relics at least, right? Although I'm not seeing them right now. Did Hera not? No, Hera didn't get any relics, it looks like. Maybe 1? I don't see him in his mosque right now. Do you see them anywhere?
There is one at the top.
Yeah, I could have sworn he had at least 1, but it looks like he maybe didn't get any relics, or maybe he did the same. Oh, he might have actually garrisoned like you were talking about.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he did. So I think Hera accidentally garrisoned a scholar with a relic, and the relics have now been placed back in the mosque down on the south side for VortiX, so he should be pretty cozy there with his gold income and should catch up. And aside from gold, he is beating Hera on most primary resources pretty heavily.
Yeah, so much control, map control on his side as well. That gold and the deer still feels really easy to raid. The other gold at the left-hand side not really well protected. It just feels like Hera might need to go for even more walls, but
Yeah.
he can't really regain the full control of the game.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, it looks like we do see the Lancer finally move up to that other Sacred Site. I figured it was only a matter of time before that happened. So that Sacred Site was taken down, and now Hera's going to be losing that extra gold. And now VortiX does jump ahead pretty substantially on gold as well. So taking away that Sacred Site, certainly a pretty big play. Are we going to be seeing a composition switch up? Maybe mixing in some spears or something like that? Or do you think it's just going to be kind of Lancer on Lancer up until we get to the Imperial Age?
Delhi don't brace, right? So Spearman actually not the greatest addition, I would have said. But VortiX actually adding 4 barracks here and goes for the hardened Spearman upgrade without the influencer. Will take quite some time till he even gets the fuel age upgrade. Not sure if I like this one too much, but he certainly knows better.
I think I do actually like the spear opportunity here, because if he were to mine a little bit of stone as well, he could finally take advantage of the compound of the defender, right? He could potentially wall Hera in, he could wall him out of the middle, he could wall him out of the sacred sites and take control over both of those and really put a clock on the game that is going to force Hera to take precarious, engagements, especially when he does have the demo ship advantage, because VortiX has got demo ships in kind of saturated across the river, although it looks like Hera does have an explosive dot. We're going to have the explosive duel of fates here as they collide in the river, and it looks like they do not detonate there.
Hera didn't see those lancers for quite some time. They're in now. Hera's trying to chase it.
Oh.
Demo around.
Oh no, the demo! This could be big. Okay, looks like he gets back. Man, that would have been maybe a comeback for Hera. If the demos had been able to nail that full army, man, just the whole game like banking on that one moment right there of paying attention. That's very stressful, man.
21 against 23 knights. More HP on Hera's side, though. VortiX, he knows something that we don't know. He moves a lot while fighting. I think he's trying to go for animation cans in those fights, and it feels like it's paying off.
Yeah, it seems like the DPS of his forces, I mean, of course he did have the numerical advantage, but it seems like the animation canceling, that might require some testing. Yeah, see if it actually makes a difference with those type of units. So Spearmen are now sallying forth to the middle of the map. Are we going to be seeing them join? It looks like Hera is simply going to withdraw after that, taking a pretty crushing defeat. And that is going to be a decisive 2-0 victory coming in for VortiX. GG, well played, man. That was a clinical showcase. Certainly didn't make too many mistakes. Had better production, better relic control, and overall was able to get the upgrades out faster as well.
Wow. Yeah, really clean play by VortiX there. Nice defense against the 3 scout opening by Hera. And then it felt like animation canceling micro in Scout War and in the Lancer War looked better for the Spaniards.
Yeah, as far as you know, is that actually like a pertinent thing? I didn't think that animation canceling mattered for like basic, like maybe, do you think it's a cavalry thing or?
It's for every unit except the horsemen.
Every unit
melee
benefits.
Unit.
Every melee unit benefits from animation canceling except for horsemen.